You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the July 11th, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Common Council Tax Abatement Committee. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
So I want to call the meeting together. It's Thursday, July 11th, 2024. It's 6:01 p.m. This is the Tax Abatement Select Committee. Present are myself, Tim Beatry, City Councilman, Councilwoman Daisy Lee, Liliana Franco, and Caroline Edwards from EDC and ALCO. We're not going to call Clarence in unless we need him, right?
I'm trying to call him in.
Oh, okay.
I haven't received a response yet, so
Okay.
I'm on standby.
What we have for 24-25 is 12 companies that are applying for the abatement extension. There are 16 abatements, so 4 of them have 2 abatements, the others only have 1. The real estate investment total for the abatements is $31,402,358, and the equipment investment figure is $98,094,176 for equipment, and that's fairly standard because almost all of the abatements are from existing businesses that are expanding, and those are all equipment expansions, but purchasing new production employee and equipment. I've looked over all of the abatements in detail. It's a pretty foreboding stack. I met with Liliana once, and I've met with City Clerk Gail Nilo a couple times. There are some irregularities in some of the applications, and some of it is because I think the businesses that filled them out didn't know for sure which resolution they were under. So some of the resolution numbers don't jive with the actual resolution and with the CF1. The CF1 is what the form they fill out for us every year to renew. So there were some irregularities on the numbers. They didn't jive a little bit. There were initially some issues with the initial list that had companies that could be eligible, because some of them have already, their abatement is over already, and at least one of them is in the process of disbanding and moving to a new location, so their abatement will fall out as well. So I guess what I wanted to do mainly is ask you if you had any outstanding issues or any questions that you wanted to ask about any of the abatements that are on the list.
Not at the moment, no. And I do want to say Clarence has just joined us. Clarence, can you hear us okay? Clarence, can you hear us? We cannot hear you. I'll just stay on standby and if you chime in, I'll turn him around for y'all.
We'll probably be done by the time you get him on. If you don't have any questions, I don't either. I think all 12 of the companies that have abatements are meeting their goals or on the way of meeting their goals, and are doing all they can to meet the projected jobs totals. And the investments are all in place. Some of them aren't completed yet. I know for Solaire, they still have equipment that they're putting in place, so some of the stuff that they've already purchased isn't operating yet because it takes everything to be in place to fire it up and run it. So there are a little intricacies there for some of these as well, but I think they're fine for 24-25. One thing that we have to do as a committee is make a recommendation, and that recommendation will be a part of the minutes that will be given to our colleagues at our next meeting. The recommendation has to be passage of the abatements. Non-passage of the abatements amendment or some other action to all or some of the abatements, or no recommendation from this committee. So, do you have a preference?
It appears that they are trying to meet their quota, and especially with the letters that we were given. They're making efforts to reach out and communicate with us. So with the looks of that, I would be in favor of approving.
Approving passage, recommending passage?
Yeah.
I concur. So we're going to recommend in the minutes passage 2-0. Do you guys have any questions?
No, I mean, I don't have to.
Mm-mm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're adjourned.